All right, take 3. We need an assistant.
Attaching, take 2.
Clap.
Turn and pin, take 1.
Thanks.
Top stitch, take 1.
No.
Clap.
Gift for you.
No.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is the 4th video in a web series about how to make your own cloth pocket diaper. Last week I showed you how to attach the liner to the pool, and this week I'm going to show you how to put the hip elastic on as well as turn the top stitch. So here we go. Now there are 2 different kinds of elastic that you can use, sizes. 1/8 of an, not 1/8, 1/4 of an inch and 3/8 of an inch. I like to use the 3/8 of an inch. It's a bit bigger and it's a little bit more sturdy, and you want just braided elastic. You don't want any other kind of elastic. Now you can see here I've already measured out 5.5 inches here, and you're going to attack on this dot and this dot. That's where I measured out the 5.5 inches, and you're going to tack on to the pool where you made the marks on your pattern. So you're going to attach it here and here and nowhere else, and that's as far as you're going to go on this step. Okay, when you go to attach the elastic, you're going to want to pin one side to one of the marks and the other one to the other mark, obviously. So you're going to go into the inside of the diaper. And pin it together on the pool. You do not want to pin on the wicking fabric. And the other one takes a long time. Awkward pauses. All right. And then when you go to your sewing machine, you're going to want to take off the drawer attachment so you can free up the arm. And then you're going to put the diaper on the arm, and the arm's going to go inside the diaper. That way you only sew on the pool. Now I just have a regular foot on here, and I already have my pink string to match my pool fabric. And just get it centered and go ahead and take the pin out. You don't want to break a needle. There we go. All right, so now we're ready to sew. Okay, you're going to want to change your stitch to a zigzag stitch. You want the length to be at about a 3. You don't want it to be too big. You don't want it to be too small. And the width, probably about a 3 or 4. This is on a normal Singer. And you're going to want to back stitch about 3 or 4 times. And then just do the other one. Make sure you're not sewing on the wicking fabric. That is very important. Yes. Now you're going to attach the other side. Go ahead and take that pin out. And again, you're going to back stitch 3 or 4 times. And then you're going on to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one. If you are a more advanced sewer, you don't have to pin it first. Saves you a little bit of time, but if you are a beginner, you must pin it. And make sure that your elastic is straight. You don't want any kinks or twists in it. All right. After that, you are ready to turn and top stitch. As many of the threads as you can so you don't sew over them. It's very tedious and it sucks. Sewing is a slow process. You can see that I did not sew directly on my diaper pattern. That's because I knew this time I was using a wider elastic than some of my other customers requested. All right. When you start to pin, you need to make sure that you fold in the pocket so you know how you want the edge to start. So basically, you're going to pinch the two together to make the nice crisp edge that you want. Take your pin, and you're going to pin right along where you're going to sew because you want to make the least amount of holes as possible. And you're just going to keep going all the way around your diaper. Now the tricky part is going to be when you get to the elastic. You're going to want to try to make sure that it's straight. You're not going to pin on the elastic itself, but around it. You don't want to sew on the elastic either. So again, pinch like you would on the other side, but make sure it's on the side of the elastic so that you're not going to sew on top of it. Top stitching allows your diaper to keep the edges from rolling. It also helps the two different types of fabric be more secure to each other. If you don't pin it before you try to top stitch, you will never get a straight line. Top stitching also creates a casing for your elastic so that it stays right where it's supposed to. And by not sewing on the elastic itself, it allows you to be able to change the elastic if it ever fails or something breaks or anything needs to be replaced. In a future video, I will show you how to replace the elastic on a diaper. So yeah, keep looking on our channel. We'll have lots of things coming out soon. If you have any ideas of what you would like to see, comment, let us know. All right, so got it all pinned, and now it's time to do this top stitch. Now I am just pinning a little bit to make sure that it stays out of the way. Now I'm going to use pink because it matches the pool fabric. And you're going to get lined up. And if you are a beginner, you might want to move your needle to the left so that you can see where what you're doing a little bit easier. And you're going to want to switch to a straight stitch. Make sure you are in a straight stitch. Now we begin and end a sewing a piece. You always back stitch once or twice. When you get to a corner, you're going to lay your needle down. You need to lift the foot up and then turn to get whatever angle you need and start going again. Sometimes it's easier to start your sewing machine manually a little bit. Just kind of give it a turn to get it moving. If you want to move it slowly, it's a lot easier to get it started that way. Now when you get to the zigzag that you created by tacking your elastic, you're going to go to the left of it and you're going to sew right down the left side of the elastic, but do not sew on the elastic itself. That is very important. Now the key to sewing with that, it is very difficult, but keep a little bit of it stretched out at a time. That way you can sew evenly, basically. Alright, and then you're on to the next step. If you like this video, please tune in next time so we can finish this diaper. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video as much as you can. Leave a comment or suggestion. We'd really like to hear from you. Check out our Etsy because we have lots of diapers and cloth diaper accessories available on there, as well as my Facebook. I have a bunch of tips and tricks for you, so check that out as well. Go to all the social media. I'm on there somewhere. Thanks. Bye. I'm gonna go pee.